Namaste and Siddhi Pranam. Welcome to today's topic, which is attracting a pious soul during pregnancy. This is one of my favorite topics because we are going to talk about how can we live our life so consciously such that we begin to operate at a higher frequency and we are able to attract high virtuous being into our life, not just as a children or a child, but from various aspects also. Anybody we meet, how can we attract such souls and beings into our life that our very presence becomes the magnet for expansiveness and compassion and kindness. So I like to begin with quoting that why is it even important to be able to attract a pious soul in our life as a child or however. So the quote begins like this: every mother aspires to cultivate essential values in her children like spirituality, kindness, and helping others with positivity and meditation. And by imparting these virtues, we nurture compassionate and responsible individuals who contribute to the world positively. And through our teachings and example, we can instill a sense of love for all beings and foster a harmonious society. And as we transcend this physical existence, we can aspire to leave a lasting legacy of goodness, becoming a pious soul whose influence continues to inspire and uplift others. And that remains as the essence and the need for being able to be an example of a pious soul, as well as be able to create a legacy of goodness through our deeds and whoever we invite in our life, and that also includes our future generations. So when it comes to attracting a pious soul as a mother, I would say pregnancy is a really beautiful time and journey where mother forms a beautiful sacred connection with her child. And this is the time when there is an opportunity which arises to invite a pious soul into her life. A soul that embodies profound spiritual devotion, compassion, kindness, and goodness inheritedly. So by aligning with the divine essence within herself and establishing a deep connection, the mother, the woman, can create a nurturing space for the arrival of a pious soul. So when we explore how understanding the nature of our soul and embracing our own spiritual path can facilitate this profound connection, we would know how to become a container, a vessel for being able to invite a similar soul or a higher frequency soul into our womb. So the soul, the word soul, often is considered as an eternal, immaterial essence, and this holds quite many different interpretations across many religions and philosophical beliefs. In most cases, it's the soul word, the understanding of the meaning of soul is regarded as an eternal source of consciousness or identity or being that transcends beyond life and death. So understanding the enigmatic nature of soul requires us to acknowledge its transcendence beyond the verbal or physical expression. So rather than seeking external definition, here a mother has to embrace her own silence and sense of aliveness, and hence introspect for herself within her own self-aware space. How can she become closer and to her own soul? How can she establish a connection with her own spiritual path and her own inner truth? And once she is able to do that, she can embark on her own spiritual journey. And by nurturing her connection, her own connection with the divine, she can create an energetic resonance that aligns with the quality that she seeks in the pious soul that she's wishing to attract. So this journey, this inner work, spiritual journey for herself, for the mother, requires a lot of self-reflection, day-to-day mindfulness, moment by moment mindfulness, and living in alignment with her moral and spiritual values. And this will allow the mother to cultivate an inner environment that attracts the radiant pious soul that she looks out for. And by embracing her individuality and aligning her life with her soul's yearnings, she can prepare herself for the arrival of this beautiful, beautiful sacred soul within her womb. So let's look at cultivating self-love and self-worth as the first step towards attracting the pious soul. So attracting the pious soul really begins long before conception, and it involves cultivating self-love and self-worth. And by focusing on these aspects, the mother can raise her vibrational frequencies and create a positive energetic environment for the incoming soul. The first activity she can do is affirmation. A mother can regularly affirm positive statements about herself and her ability to attract a pious soul. For example, I am worthy of a pious soul. I am a vessel of love and light. I attract divine beings to my life. And these affirmations can help her shift her mindset and establish a strong belief in her own worthiness. Now she needs to prioritize self-care activities, which is crucial because that only can give her time to declutter herself, let go of all the negative energies that are not serving her, and be able to purify herself inside that self-care time. And when she engages in nourishing practices that are nourishing on the physical, emotional, and spiritual level, this might include eating healthy, getting enough rest, practicing relaxation technique, and engaging in activities that bring her true joy and fulfillment. All that might be a pathway to connect to her own deep self and her own inner self. Now, emotional healing is also an important segment of this area, where she needs to be ready to be the vessel for the divine. She needs to address any kind of past emotional wounds or trauma. And so it's really essential that she is able to heal those traumas to create that positive, energetic environment within. And the mother can probably seek therapy if she would like to, in order to clear and let go of those past baggages. She can engage in different healing modalities, different energy works like Reiki, and there are many other different energy healing modalities available these days. And she can do it self-healing through meditation or self-compassion practices. All of this she can use in order to release those past emotional baggages to be able to create the space for love and healing. Now, spirituality and connection. So nurturing a spiritual practice and deepening her connection with the divine can enhance mother's own vibration. And this can involve regular prayer, meditation, reading spiritual texts, attending religious or spiritual gatherings, or participating in rituals that resonates with her belief. Then what she needs to add is really creating a sacred space for herself. So designating a sacred space in the home where she can meditate, pray, and engage in spiritual practices can further enhance the energetic environment. And this space can be adorned with meaningful symbols like candles and crystals, and any objects that represent love, peace, and the sacred divine essence. And by starting these practices prior to conception, the woman can really create a strong foundation of self-love, self-worth, which will radiate positive energies and attract the pious soul. And it's so important to remember that each individual's journey is very unique, and these practices can serve as tools to create a nurturing and spiritually aligned environment for the incoming soul. But which practice to choose and what to do and what not to do will always remain an individual choice. But when we encourage these kind of practices, this will cultivate self-love, self-worth, and all the affirmations and other practices like emotional healing will allow the mind to declutter and be able to have new space for the energetic beings, and the environment will be vibrating with higher vibrations. And these practices will raise the mother's vibrational frequencies and create a magnetic attraction for the pious soul. So a pious soul is drawn to an environment characterized by love, positivity, and spiritual alignment. So when the mother nurtures her own well-being and establishes a strong sense of self-worth, she will create a space that is conducive for the entry of the pious being. And the harmonious energy generated through these practices will serve as a beacon, inviting and attracting souls that are of similar vibration. And ultimately, the purpose is to provide the best possible condition for the incarnation of this pious soul and to foster a nurturing and spiritually enriched environment for both mother and the new being that is entering the womb. Now let's look at some more practices that can play a vital role in raising one's frequency and creating that inner sacred space for the arrival of this pious sacred being. These practices can really help the mother establish a deep connection with higher consciousness, which in turn will enhance her spiritual vibration. And the first and foremost is meditation. And regular meditation will allow the mother to quiet her mind, cultivate inner peace, tap into her own inner wisdom, create a harmonious and serene energy that will resonate with her spiritual realm and making it more inviting for the pious soul to enter. And meditation will also help the mother to heighten the intuition and enable her to make choices that will align with her soul's best interest. Engaging into prayer, the bhakti marga, the bhakti path is also so beautiful path and ways to cleanse your energy and raise yourself up. So when we engage in heartfelt prayers, and then we open a channel of communication with the divine, and it is through prayer that the mothers can really express her intentions, her desire, her aspiration for what kind of a being that she would like to attract into her life. And then she will create a spiritual atmosphere within and without that will invite the presence of a pious soul and allow her for any spiritual guidance or divine guidance throughout her pregnancy journey. Chanting is another beautiful sacred practice that she can use. So chanting sacred mantras or hymns has a very purifying effect on the mind, body, and spirit, and it raises the vibrational frequencies and creates a positive energetic field. And when we chant specific mantras that associate with love, compassion, divine connection, that can attract like-minded or like vibrational beings with similar kind of qualities to our womb. And connecting with higher consciousness should be our next goal. So through various spiritual practices like meditation, prayer, and establishing a divine connection, the mother can establish a direct connection with higher consciousness. And this connection will allow her to tap into her own higher wisdom and receive divine guidance intuitively that will ensure that the environment and the energy surrounding her during the pregnancy specifically is conducive enough to attract and retain the being that is of higher vibration. And by engaging in these spiritual practices, mothers will create a sacred and spiritually enriched space within herself and her surroundings. And this elevated spiritual vibration will become a magnet for the pious soul. Now, coming on to clearing negative patterns and beliefs. So, clearing negative patterns and beliefs is so crucial in maintaining the higher frequencies and creating a conducive environment. So by releasing energetic blockages and transforming negative thoughts, the mother can really create a space for higher vibrational energies. So the first practice that can be used is energy healing, as we discussed earlier. So energy healing modalities like Reiki, acupuncture, crystal therapy can really help identify and release stagnant and negative energies within the mother's system. And these practices can work on balancing and harmonizing energetic body, promoting healing and creating an optimal environment for the soul's entry. And we would recommend to seek qualified energy healers who can provide personal session and personal guidance. Mothers can also look for doing inner work. So inner work is basically a transformative journey of self-reflection and healing that the mother can embark on to create a profound impact on her spiritual journey. And by dwelling into her inner landscapes through practices like different journaling or therapy or emotional freedom technique, EFT, there are other many techniques also to do inner work. Through that, she can address unresolved emotional issues and limiting beliefs that might hinder her vibrational frequencies. And engaging in inner work will allow the mother to gain deeper understanding of herself and release any negative patterns, heal from past wounds. And by actively addressing and processing these experiences, she will elevate her vibrational frequencies, and that will create an energetic field that is in resonance with the higher, the pious soul. And inner work will also empower her to cultivate self-awareness, self-acceptance, have personal growth, and create a solid foundation for her own personal spiritual journey also. And it is through inner work that the mother can align her inner world with her desired reality and walk on the path of manifesting positive experiences and attracting a higher vibrational being into her life that resonate with love, wisdom, and spiritual growth. And it is also a powerful tool to nurture herself and create a deep connection with divine energies to foster a harmonious environment. Now, next tool that she can use is reframing her negative thoughts. So reframing negative thoughts is a vital practice that involves consciously observing and transforming self-limiting belief to elevate one's vibrational frequencies. And we can use mindfulness practices here, which enables the mothers to become aware of her negative thought patterns and replace them with positive and empowering of affirmations. And by focusing on affirmations centered around love, abundance, and divine connection, she can certainly uplift her energy and create supportive environment that can be in resonance with the higher souls. And this process really involves actively shifting her mindset and cultivating a positive inner dialogue that will allow her to align her frequencies and manifest a reality which is infused with love, abundance, and spiritual growth. And to reframe her negative thoughts and set self-limiting beliefs and cultivating mindfulness, she will have to become aware of her negative thought patterns. So once she is aware of the negative thought patterns, she will have to challenge their validity by questioning if they are based on facts or assumption. And then further, after that introspective process of self-inquiry, there are so many different methods in so many different spiritual paths also. And if she's walking on one already, she can always use all the tools that are available given by the certain guru or master and teacher. Or if she's on a religious path of Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, or Islam, all of paths offer different modalities to equip us to be able to release that negative thoughts with positive counteract statements. And once she learns to practice self-compassion throughout the process and surround herself with positivity and be consistent and persistent, she will be able to reframe her negative thoughts and take and allow herself to come into that neutral space of being. And by shifting her mindset and replacing those negative environment, inner negative dialogue to inner positive dialogue, she will certainly raise her environment vibrations, which will be supportive inner environment to attract higher frequencies into her life. And these are necessary steps to take while utilizing all the inner resources that she has. Now, self-awareness is another great tool that she can use, and she needs to develop self-awareness by observing her thoughts, emotions, and behavioral patterns. And when she notices all the negative patterns or beliefs that arise and how they are affecting her energy, she will be more aware of them the next time and the next time and the next time. She can also seek support and consider working with gurus, masters, teachers, or professional workers like therapists or energy healers or coaches who specialize in the areas of energy healing, inner work, or reframing negative beliefs, or any other spiritual masters or teacher who are working on raising your vibration, healing your past wounds, etc. So they all can provide guidance and assistance in this clearing process. Now, consistency remains the key here. So engaging in these techniques regularly to maintain a consistent practice will remain the key. And healing and transformation often requires time and dedication, and that's what we need to keep in our mind. Now, prioritizing self-care throughout this process and continue to do activities which nourish the body, mind, and soul will remain as the key through this process. And also practicing patience and self-compassion will also remain as a key during this process of self-transformation and raising the vibration of oneself. So being patient with yourself and having self-compassion will really help to navigate through all the blockages that will come our way and all the negative patterns and beliefs that will try to stop us in order to transform ourselves. So we need to really celebrate each step forward, no matter how small. Even if you were able to let go of those negative patterns, even for half an hour, for a few moments, it's enough. We need to celebrate each win. And by actively clearing our negative patterns and beliefs, we will be, or mother will be able to have more positive and elevated vibrational space within herself. And this inner transformation will set the stage for attracting higher vibrational beings naturally into her life that are naturally, inheritedly aligned with love, compassion, kindness, positivity, and abundance. One another great tool here is forgiveness and letting go. So, forgiveness allows for emotional healing and frees the mother from the burden of past hurts, resentment, and negative emotions. And it creates a space for love, compassion, and higher vibrations to flourish. And it's also important to release those energetic blockages. So holding on to grudges or resentment can create energetic blockages within the mother's system that will hinder the flow of positive energy. So forgiveness and letting go will help remove these blockages and allow for a harmonious energetic field. Forgiveness also nurtures compassion, both towards oneself and others, and it fosters an open-hearted and accepting mindset, which contributes to a welcoming and loving environment for a beautiful, pious soul. So when we start by forgiving our own self for any past mistakes, shortcomings, or perceived failure, then we can recognize that everyone makes mistakes and that growth and learning are part of the human experience. So we need to choose to practice self-compassion and offer ourselves with forgiveness and acceptance to be able to resonate with that higher frequencies and unburden ourselves. More than being able to achieve any kind of goal of being higher or lower frequency, or all apart from that, we need to unburden all the time. Forgiving others is another great step. So reflecting on our past conflicts and grievances and work towards forgiving those who have caused pain or harm. This doesn't mean condoning their actions, but rather releasing the emotional attachment to the negative experiences. And then we practice empathy and try to understand the perspective of others, this can really aid into forgiveness and allow us to forgive ourselves and others. Letting go of resentment is also another step here. So we have to release any lingering resentment towards others, and by consciously deciding to let go of negative emotions associated with any past experiences, we can allow ourselves to release resentment. We can use tools like expressing our emotions in writing or through art, or we can seek professional support like therapy and counseling. If we just need an ear to listen, who can allow us to be more open-hearted and more communicative towards the emotions that we are holding on to in our heart, then we can always use all the kind of support in the world. And then honoring our emotion in the process. So when we are on the path of forgiveness, we need to honor our emotion as well. So it's really, really important to honor and acknowledge the emotion that will arise during the path of process of forgiveness and letting go process. We will have to allow ourselves to feel and process these emotions and seek healthy ways to express them and release them and not react onto them. Now, another key to remember during this time would be patience and time. So forgiveness and letting go can be a gradual process, and we need to be patient with ourselves and understand that it may take some time to fully release and heal. And then, as we discussed earlier, we need to continue to celebrate each step forward, no matter how small it is. And when we, along with the process of forgiveness, when we continue to engage in self-care practices that continue to nurture our emotional well-being during this process, will support us during this process of releasing. And we can continue practices like, doing things that bring us small joys, or seeking support of loved ones, or using any therapy or energy healing modalities. So in short, taking support from others in this releasing process will support us and allow us to free ourselves from any resentments, guilt, or judgments. And the practice of forgiveness and letting go will create an open and welcoming energetic field within whoever is practicing, but here for the mother. So by releasing the past resentment and embracing the mindset of compassion and acceptance, mother will create a conducive environment once again for a beautiful soul, and higher vibrational beings are drawn to love, compassion, and forgiveness. as they spontaneously embody these qualities. And when the mother aligns herself with the energy that resonates with the higher vibrational being, the beings will not be able to resist themselves but to enter the womb. Now, next is embodying love and compassion. So embodying love and compassion is highly significant in raising vibrational frequencies and being able to attract the like-minded soul. And aligning with higher frequencies is the first step here. So love and compassion are higher vibrational energies that resonate with the higher spiritual realm. And when we embody these qualities, then the mother can align herself with these frequencies naturally. So how can she create a nurturing environment around her? Let's look at that. So to create a nurturing environment and supportive environment for growth and development for the pious soul, the mother needs to emanate these qualities herself, which will establish a loving energetic field that the higher vibrational soul can be conducive to. So what is required by the mother is to walk on the path of her own soul's evolution and learn the lessons. So pious souls are really often drawn to the environments where they can learn and grow spiritually. And embodying love and compassion will provide an opportunity for the soul to experience and learn these qualities firsthand and aiding in their own spiritual evolution. So the practices that mother can inculcate into her life, and just look at all the barriers that are coming for her own self to experience that sense of expansiveness and having that love and compassion for all within us. All she needs to do is look for the barriers that are coming in her own spiritual journey in order to be the embodiment of love and compassion. And once she is able to do that inner work for herself and evolve her own soul, then the pious soul will be ready, standing by on her door, to knock the door, to amalgamate with her as a mother and in the mother and the child relationship. So there are certain practices that she can implement. One would be engaging in act of kindness towards others, like helping those in needs, showing empathy wherever required, and offering support wherever she can. And these actions do expand heart center and radiate the love and compassion. And being of service to others is another great opportunity. So when she will look for opportunities to serve others selflessly in a conscious manner, this could probably involve this could mean that she's involving into volunteering or supporting charitable causes, or simply lending a helping hand to those around her. And all these practices will cultivate a sense of interconnectedness and will deepen her capacity for compassion. She can also choose to embrace empathy and practice empathy by seeking to understand and relate to the experiences and emotions of others. And this will allow for a compassionate response that will foster an environment of understanding and acceptance. And then there are a few considerations for practicing love and compassion. First and foremost is having authenticity. So to embody love and compassion authentically, that is coming from a genuine place of care and empathy, we need to avoid forcing or faking these qualities. And pious souls are naturally drawn to sincerity, whether they are physically in the body or they are in the energetic realm. In truth, we all know our truth and we all know the reality of the situation, reality of someone's heart every time. So authenticity is the key here. And now next is self-love and self-care. So while we are embracing and embodying love and compassion and caring for others, we need to remember to extend love and compassion towards ourselves also, and nurture our own well-being through practicing self-care. And here we will cultivate a strong foundation of love and compassion to share with others, because you yourself become the source of love only when you can love yourself. And then we need to know where are our boundaries. We need to maintain healthy boundaries to ensure that our acts of love and compassion are sustainable and balanced. And it's really important to take care of our own needs while supporting the others. Then we are looking to practice love and compassion consciously. Next would be mindfulness. So we really need to stay mindful with our interactions and cultivate a sense of deep connection with others. And mindfulness will allow us for more genuine and compassionate presence. And embodying love and compassion creates an energetic resonance that attracts high vibrational beings with these qualities to our life. And by practicing acts of kindness, service to others, and embracing empathy, the mother can create a nurturing and loving environment that will appeal to higher frequency souls. And it is important to approach these practices authentically while caring for oneself and maintaining healthy boundaries. And by embodying love and compassion, the mothers will set a stage for the arrival of the beautiful pious soul and provide a conducive environment for collective spiritual growth and collective spiritual evolution. Now let's look at nurturing the connection with nature. So harmonizing our natural frequencies. Nature operates at its own vibrational frequencies, which are often in alignment with higher spiritual energies. And by connecting with nature, Mother can harmonize her own frequency with the natural world. And this will create a resonance with the higher vibrational beings. Few of the practice can be that she can do in nature would be grounding and balancing. And this is so much a key to leading a higher vibrational life for ourselves, or not just for the purpose of attracting any being, but just leading a beautiful and fulfilling life for yourself as also. So the first practice is grounding and balancing. When we spend time in nature, it helps the mothers or any beings to ground their energy and find balance amidst the busyness of their life. And it provides a space for inner reflection, tranquility, and rejuvenation, which can positively impact her energetic state. Now, healing and renewal is another great benefit of being in nature. And nature has a profound healing effect on our mind, body, and soul. And its beauty, serenity, and natural elements offers a sense of peace, clarity, and renewal. And by immersing ourselves in nature, the mother can really cleanse and uplift her energetic vibration and create a fertile ground for the arrival of a beautiful soul. Now, what are the ways we can practice to connect with nature? The first is outdoor exploration. Maybe spend time in hikes, picnics, parks, go for jungle walks, and fully engage our senses in the nature and observe the beauty around and immerse ourselves in the sights, sounds, and smells of nature. Gardening and plant care is another great practice that allows us to connect with nature, having when we are planting the trees and plants in our house even, and when we are watering them and we are caring for them and we are tending the plants. And then this all allows us to create a deep connection with the cycles of life and nurture the qualities of Mother Earth. And we can also do mindful nature practices where we mindfully engage with nature and foster a deep connection with the natural world. And we can embark for mindful walks and immerse ourselves in the sights, sounds, sensation around the surrounding. And we can find a serene spot to meditate and allow the nature's presence to guide us into the state of calm and inner stillness. And alternatively, we can also find a quiet space to sit and contemplate and observe our intricate details and rhythms of the natural environment. And by consciously immersing ourselves into these mindful nature practices, we can cultivate a heightened sense of awareness and attunement with the present moment. And this mindful presence will not only deepen our connection with the nature, but will also amplify our capacity to attract and resonate with a higher vibrational being for those who we seek as a higher value or virtuous being, having a higher harmony within the nature of themselves. Another great practice is elemental connection. So we can connect with the elements of nature and create a feeling, a bond with earth beneath our feet, breathe the fresh air, bask into the sunlight, and immerse ourselves in the natural water sources. And by engaging these elemental forces, we can establish a direct link between our energies and the powerful energies of the nature that is surrounding us. And it is through this sense of oneness that we create within ourselves, the oneness with nature, oneness with creation itself. Through this, we can harmonize and attune our vibration with the elemental forces and gain a deeper understanding and appreciation for the interconnectedness of the whole of life, the creation itself. And these elemental connections will strengthen our bond with nature and will also enhance our ability to attract and resonate with higher vibrational beings who will share an equal or more profound connection with the elemental realms. We can also choose to perform rituals and ceremonies that have a special significance in our life, as they will provide opportunity to honor and connect with the nature and the natural world. And these practices can be simple and personal, maybe simple as like expressing your gratitude for nature's beauty and setting positive intention for ourselves and for the planet. So we can really create our own rituals using symbols, words, and actions that hold meaning for us and celebrate the sacredness of nature and foster a deep connection with its transformative energies. And as we engage in the rituals that honor and celebrate the nature itself, we create an energetic resonance that attracts the pious souls or high frequency vibrational beings into our lives. And by immersing ourselves in nature and aligning with its divine energies, we raise our own vibration. And this elevated state of being acts like a magnet for drawing the souls vibrating at similar frequencies. And the higher frequency beings are known for their love, wisdom, and spiritual awareness. And through these rituals and practices, we will align ourselves with these qualities and create an inviting energetic field to vibrate together at similar frequencies. So with the genuine intention and sincerity, we can bring these rituals to life, these practices to be fruitful, and create a beautiful nurturing connection with nature. And once the mother is fully aligned with the natural world, she will create a resonance with the divine energies and the divine beings. And hence, they both will come into harmony with the rhythms of earth and the earth will infuse her body, mind, and being with the healing power of Nimitra. And hence, the earth and the Mother Earth will be by the side of the mother, the mom's body, the mother herself. And once she cultivates this connection, it will allow the mother to find her grounding, balance, and renewal. And she will also create a beautiful foundation of lifelong grounding and balance, and in that will be in resonance with nature itself for the new being also. Now, cultivating gratitude and joy is another beautiful practice that mother can inculcate into her life forever in order to stay at higher frequencies and continue to attract higher vibrational being in her life. And this practice can raise her energetic frequencies and once again allow her to shift her attention to the blessings in her life. When she's willing to consciously practice gratitude in every moment, she will appreciate what she has rather than dwelling into what's lacking in her life. And celebrating the present moment will allow her to find joy in everyday experiences, and she will foster a positive, uplifted state of being. And this practice will benefit her and whoever surrounds her in many, many ways. This will continue to uplift her spirit, constantly reduce stress, spontaneously reduce stress, and enhance her overall well-being. And by radiating gratitude and joy, she will become a magnet of positive experiences and harmonious relationships. And her elevated energetic state will align with the higher vibrational beings that radiate love, compassion, and gratitude spontaneously. Now, to cultivate gratitude, mother can keep a gratitude journal, note, maybe create, write gratefulness sentences or topics that attract her in her life that she can be grateful for. She can also use affirmations and reinforce gratitude and joy in her life over and over again, and engaging in activities that bring her joy, spending time in nature, surrounding herself with positive influences can also contribute to this practice. And letting go of any negativity and embracing openness and appreciation are crucial steps to this practice. And consistently nurturing gratitude and joy will create a positive and vibrant energetic field that will resonate with abundant love and joy. And this alignment will once again set a very meaningful stage for deep spiritual connection between the mother and the new child. Another great practice is to surround herself with the positive influences. And when she chooses to surround herself with positive influences, this will play a significant role in raising her frequencies, and then she will be in a space to support herself constantly. And also it might feel like in the beginning that she has to consciously create an environment of love and understanding and encouragement for herself, maybe consciously choosing people into her life. But once her frequencies are established to that level where she is radiating love and understanding and compassion and kindness herself, whoever she attracts will be vibrating at that space. But if someone is at a lower frequencies right now and is struggling with life and lower frequencies emotions like sadness and trauma, and that means that being requires healing. And in this scenario, they consciously need to choose beings around them that will provide that supportive environment. And these uplifting connections will uplift their energetic vibration and then further will make them more receptive to the higher frequency souls. And they can choose to engage in uplifting media, inspiring books, spiritual teachings, positive affirmation, and expose themselves to empowering messages and perspectives. And this will help shift the mindset towards positivity and spiritual growth and align them with higher frequencies. And they can also seek out inspirational role models and teachers, masters, gurus who can provide with guidance and inspiration on their spiritual path or spiritual journey. And these sources of wisdom can offer valuable insights and practices to resonate with the higher frequencies. And by surrounding oneself with helpful influences, the mother or any other being can really create a vibrational resonance that will align with the values and virtues of higher frequency beings. And this alignment is very important because to create a harmonious and conducive environment for the mother to be able to connect to the Pious soul, the stage has to be set. And the stage and the foundation has to facilitate spiritual growth for both the beings. And that will be the only sole purpose why any higher frequency beings would take space in the womb of the mother. And the last is aligning yourself with the divine timing. And aligning with divine timing will be crucial when inviting the Pious soul into one's life, or trying to manifest anything even beyond being pregnant. So it means that you need to surrender to the greater plan and trust the universe that it has perfect timing for everything to unfold. And divine timing refers to precise moment when the conditions are very ideal for the right thing to happen, whatever you're asking for it from your manifestation. And in this case, just knowing and trusting that in the right time, the higher frequency being, whoever is aligned with your life, will enter your life, will enter the womb, will take place into your womb. And by surrendering to the divine plan, the mother can acknowledge that there is a higher wisdom at play. And it requires letting go of control and allowing the universe to plan and act the act and dance its dance in its own timing and its own way. And this practice will cultivate patience and faith, and understanding that everything happens at its own perfect time. And trusting in the process means having unwavering belief that the universe knows what is best for you and for the mother. And it involves embracing the unknown and having the confidence that the right soul will come at the right time, bringing the lessons and the growth that is needed for both beings. And being open to the perfect timing means that mother is emotionally, mentally prepared to receive that higher vibrational being into her life. And it involves having a receptive and welcoming attitude, as well as being fully present in the present moment. And to be open, the mother needs to be attentive and aware of her surrounding and inner guidance. And this means paying attention to her intuition, inner feelings, and signs of the universe. And by being tuned in the cues, she can sense when the timing is aligned for the arrival of the Pious soul. And by maintaining a receptive and welcoming attitude, it means involving in creating an energetic space consciously that is in resonance and is in coherence with the divine being. And this has to be done through different practices that we discussed earlier. As much as the mom is willing to stay consistent with the practices, the higher benefits she will continue to receive, and the higher chances that she is constantly able to create that conducive environment for the being. And the practices would support her. Meditation, prayers, positive affirmations will remain the key here if she is willing to keep her inner temple pure and clean. So the mother can consciously keep cultivating a loving and nurturing environment, both within and externally in her surrounding, and continue to create that magnetic pull for the higher vibration being. And by staying open and attuned to the perfect timing, the mother will allow a profound connection to be formed between herself and this higher frequency beings who is willing to enter her womb. And it is through that connection that they will together embark on a spiritual journey and support each other in the spiritual evolution. And the best divine timing will attract the best unique soul that is in alignment of the mother's journey and the mother's path. So she will also need to take care of not to be influenced by any external factors, pressures, societal expectations, or expectations of people around her, and just trust on the guided divine wisdom within her. And by surrendering to the divine plan and having faith in the process, she will certainly align herself with the exact moment when the soul is ready to join this shared journey with her. And by recognizing the alignment with the divine timing that can be felt through various signs and intuitive feelings, the mother will have a deep inner knowing and sense of readiness and a strong desire to invite the soul. And synchronicities and meaningful coincidences will occur that will provide her the guidance and pointing her towards the right path. And to discern the right timing, the mother can trust her own instinct and listen to her heart and pay attention to her intuitive inner guidance and engage and continue to engage in practices that will continue to open her heart more and allow her to be more open to the signs from the universe that will offer more and more clarity each time. And by being receptive and in attunement to the divine, the mother will create that open space that will allow her to connect to this higher vibrational being. And ultimately, the process of attracting Pious soul is deeply personal and intuitive, and it will require for the mother to let go of control, have faith in the unfolding of the divine timing, and embrace the connection and the purpose that the Pious soul will bring into her life. And last but not the least, cultivating the intuition and inner wisdom is vital for raising the frequencies. The mother's intuition will serve as the compass and guide her towards the perfect connection to the higher frequency being. And by engaging in practices like meditation, deep listening, and listening to the spiritual wisdom from different sources will strengthen her connection to her inner guidance. And through personal practice of meditation, she will quiet her mind, allow the intuitive insights to surface. Through journaling, she can provide a space of reflection and deeper understanding of her own personal desire and intentions. And by deep listening into spiritual wisdom and her own inner calls, she will involve into tuning her own inner voice and paying more attention to the subtle cues of the universe. And these practices will enhance her receptivity to the divine wisdom and enable her to align with the Pious soul that is meant to join her journey. And as she develops her intuition and connect with her own inner wisdom, she will become attuned to the energetic frequencies that are waiting for her to align herself with. And attracting Pious soul is really a sacred process that will require a lot of trust into her own inner listening and inner knowing. And by cultivating these qualities, she will create an energetic environment that will attract the right soul in the right time. And the Pious soul, guided by the divine wisdom, will recognize her mother in the presence of the vibrational alignment. He or she will join this meaningful transformative connection. And in a sense, really cultivating the intuition and inner wisdom will empower the mother to align herself with higher frequencies, not just during pregnancy or childbirth, but forever in life. And that will help her to guide her own life as well as guide the life of her little child and create an enriching life for herself and for the child, and allow her to live this sacred transformative journey throughout her life and create a loving environment that will continue to nurture her own self as well as so many beings around her. And it is really a beautiful dance of surrender, trust, and profound love that will unfold accordingly in the divine timing, as the mother will continue to open her heart more and prepare more, and she will continue to embark on a journey of spiritual growth, compassion, and profound connection. May this sacred journey be filled with blessings, grace, and radiance, and the presence of pious soul for her. And within the depths of Mother's intuition will lie the divine compass that will lead her to the perfect union. With that, I hope this was really contributive to your life, and you will continue to contribute to life of many, many beings, and you will be able to uplift your own energies through trusting in the process, through trusting in the divine. And even though this topic was about attracting higher vibrational beings, may all the energies that was created while sharing this topic and all the activities and actions that were shared, even if you practice or you don't practice, but I really hope this inspires you to be that higher vibrational being for someone and for yourself, and continue to create a better world around yourself, and stay high and stay that love, embodiment of love, compassion, and kindness yourself. With that, thank you and namaste.